Hey, Jackie's connecting. Cindy, how was your trip?
Good. Hold on. There I am. I was gonna say it was a quick 2-day thing to New York. It was great. But I used your Google form for my new consultant training for the first time.
Oh,
So yeah. So when I was looking at the training too online, like for us to do like the dash training or whatever, it's pretty much that's where you got it from.
no. Mm-mm.
Oh, because similar to the questions they have us asking them is in the Google form, and I loved it.
The Google form was, I've had it for years, and it originally came from, I believe it was a coffee talk training that Brenda Copy did back in the day. And that used to be, we kind of talked about this list last week. Those used to be the questions that were in Dash that would ask you about like your why, and then they took it out of Dash.
Well, so now it's in the new consultant training thing, whatever they're calling it.
Oh, okay. I haven't really even, isn't that terrible? I
Yeah,
haven't even
I
really
just I
used it.
haven't either until now because I haven't had a new one either that was one that was brand new. I've had people rejoin and whatever, but yeah, so I liked it. It was really good. Are the second one that you're giving them, is that when they reach 1250 or after their first party?
After their first well, you can kind of do it whenever you want to. Like, if they're on a roll, you can wait a little bit and just kind of see where they lay. That one was from Emily Kerrigan.
Oh, I
She
love her.
done when I was in, it was either lead or peak, whatever one. She was one of our network with an expert calls, and she shared that with everybody afterwards because I was like, oh my gosh, that was, and she was doing at the time too that she would keep doing like their parties with them until they hit their 1250. Like she wouldn't stop until they hit 1250. That was
So I
how.
have a question about that. So is anybody else here using Table when they train their new consultants? Because that's all I'm doing now.
Not yet.
Okay,
I
great. So
will be.
Kathy is. So my question is, I am used to like running a Facebook party for them along with them. And now that we just set this one up on Table, I have no control over anything. Like I'm gonna ask her to add me to it, but like, like to get the bookings and all that kind of stuff. Like we really can't keep, how are you doing that for them?
Just letting them know that they need to do reach outs, like giving them the host coaching that I do with my hosts and kind of letting them know they need to do these reach outs.
And you feel like the posting things like because you know how we used to say like, oh, our host or whoever needs 3 bookings, whatever, or let's, but if it's a new consultant, we play it a little bit differently, like to get her business going. So we can't really post any of that stuff. We can in the chit chat, but I don't know.
I mean, I still have them posting in their Facebook to try and especially,
She won't even advertise it on Facebook because she's professional at a hospital and doesn't even, I couldn't even like welcome her on Facebook
okay.
and see, what
Right.
about a VIP group? And she said, maybe down the line. So she's doing everything just by the personal invite thing. And that's pretty hard. So I'm like stuck.
Do you use Connection Point and Project Broadcast?
I got rid of Project Broadcast because I couldn't figure it out and I was wasting money for a year and a half. So no,
I hear you.
it stressed me
So,
out, to be honest, every month. Like I'm like, yeah, I couldn't. So.
yeah. So I know Kathy and I do our host coaching and guest coaching through that. So some of those things are being sent through Project Broadcast to each guest who joins the table.
Are you having your new consultants sign up for that right away then too?
That's their choice.
Okay.
I don't show that to them right away, but I do let them know that down, if they start complaining about, oh, this is a lot or whatever, then it's like, okay, this is what I do. Yes, it's extra money. Yes, it's tax deductible, all the things. But we also have created an Evernote to give them. So if they don't want to, to spend the extra money, and to be honest, I would not have spent the extra money when I first started either. But here's this document that they can copy and paste if they want to. So-
Mine's in a file in our group, you know, thing, and I tagged her in that. I would love to, would you share yours in the Evernote?
As soon as we finish tweaking it, we're still working on it.
Okay, mine
yeah,
is super basic. Like I've seen others and they are so involved that if I was the host or a new consultant, I would be totally like, no way in heck. Like
Mhm.
mine is so, it's really basically 3 steps. And the most important thing I tell them is the inviting part and the personal invites. And you have to invite enough people. That to me is the kicker. And then I give them the magic words, which originally came from, I'm not sure if it was Ellington Boyce or who. But I use the magic words all the time. So the morning of the last day or the night before, I send them these and I say, don't even tweak it. Just, you know, and it's very, have you guys seen the magic words?
Mm-mm.
It's basically like a reminder to tell everyone, you know, the party's ending tonight at 6 o'clock. I know you're busy. It's very just not salesy. I just wanted to keep you in the loop. One of those things. Here's the link if you are interested. It's called the magic words. And if they send those out to everybody that has not ordered, you always get more orders. Like it's the last, like, oh, wait, you know, but it's not like, it's not salesy. So I can share them with you guys, but that's the number one thing that I make sure that they do. And it always brings in extra orders. And then, you know, the booking things they can try, but yeah.
That would
I
be
do something
fantastic.
similar in my Facebook parties and it always brings in extra orders.
So what do you do?
In my Facebook parties,
Yeah.
I double tag everybody that I welcomed originally. So you in the welcome post, you double tag them. So you tag them again in the comments in the welcome post if they haven't ordered, and just say, just a reminder that, you know, Susie's party closes on Sunday, and here's the ordering link if you're interested. Like that's like pretty much just it. And then if I have enough time, depends on how many parties I'm running in a week, I may go in and do the m.me and message them
I just
privately
think
as
when it
well.
comes from the actual host, it's the one thing that they should be doing.
Yeah, and
Um,
I have them like reach out to people too, you know, but it's basically the same thing. But I'm like,
Okay.
if you can tell them and I can tell them, hopefully one of them will read it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so
Do you guys also post? So I do that same thing. I use those very similar words to what you were saying, Cindy, that I have my host send out. And then I also have them post something on Facebook. I am Facebook entirely. I mean, I use a table shopping link, but I don't do table parties. And then I have them post on their personal wall something that says, you know, my party's coming to a close. I'm super close to my next, I don't remember the
Goal.
words, my next level or my goal. Would you take a peek and see if any of, you know, if there's anything that you want or that you might want to give as a gift. And then I include the 30 and under graphic, and then that usually brings in more orders too. Do you guys do that too?
Mm-mm.
I haven't done that on a personal wall. Like they do things on their personal wall throughout the week.
Yeah,
Try to
I
get
have them.
people in the group and stuff, but that's a good idea too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have them. Yeah, I have a few different things that I have some pre-party things that I have them do as they're inviting people to get the algorithm moving, like a bingo, and everybody comments on that to just get the algorithm going. I have them post ahead of time that they're having a party, and that I've challenged them to get 5 pre-orders. And then at the end, I have them do that post on their personal wall. It does seem to, if they do it and I see that they do it, it usually brings in at least one, usually a couple of orders.
I mean, you
Yeah.
have to think people forget, you know, with everything we all
Oh
do.
gosh,
So
yeah.
Yeah,
So
for
how many
sure.
posts do they post on their personal wall besides the 30 and under? And hey, I'm having a party. Is that it?
I think they do a total of, I think I have them doing a total of 3. One is just saying, I'm going to have a party that starts next Friday, a Pampered Chef party. What is something that you love that I should add to my list?
List or
Hmm.
something.
And
Yeah.
then I do the one that says, my host has challenged me to get 5 orders before the party starts. And then they do the one at the end of the week that says close to my goal. Would you take a peek? It's just those three. And then I do have them post regularly in the party though.
So do I. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much one thing daily I have.
Mine's not,
I just feel out of control for the new consultant, that's all.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree
I
with you,
can see
Cindy.
that.
Because I have a girl that I just sorry. A girl that just started like 2 weeks ago, just had her launch party, just qualified. Her daughter's gonna sign up under her, but she does not do Facebook really. She's like in her late 20s. So
This too.
so I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, I'm like, Kathy. No, I'm just kidding. We're getting my connection point set up right now, and I had like a couple little glitches. So Kathy and I are going to chat next week and get me rolling on that. So, because I had a Yahoo email address that was kind of a pain in the butt, but I just have to do the forwarding thing now, the forward part of connection point. So I don't know, Cindy. I'm feeling like that's the big key, and it's not even necessarily the project broadcast. It's the connection point with the project broadcast. Because then
100%.
they're going to send them all those messages. So you're not really going to be having to send the messages in project broadcast. Connection point does it for you.
Yeah.
But like,
You
know how
I
we
still
say
need
we're-
project broadcast.
you
What
know
was
how we
that?
say we're going to run their party for them or until they qualify all that. I helped her set it up, but I'm not running anything.
Mhm.
Well, so ladies, I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry, I'm in the car. I had an appointment this morning that got moved around.
That's okay.
But I'm wondering because I am also fully table, but I finally have someone who signed and actually is getting back to me and wants to do a party. So
Hey,
now that I'm onboarding her on table, I feel like, well, I use Connection Point, but I'm not making her, she basically had to borrow the money for the kit. Like she's not going to, she's not going to do Connection Point yet. So I was going to send her the messages, but then I thought, well, really, maybe they should come for me for the first party because she's not even going to know how to respond to them yet. And I want to
Right.
like be the one interacting with these people, but maybe
Right.
not. Like it's kind of, but if the party's on her website, so I can't go in as a consultant and download the list or do anything. So how are you guys managing that?
That's what I'm talking about. I have no control over any of this.
Can you just run the table party on yours and use her shopping link? I mean, that's what I do for my Facebook.
No, you cannot
Nice.
set up a table party without you can't
The
just go
link.
into table and set up a party. You need it to come from a party.
Right. No, I understand that. So what I have done, I set up my my table link, everything immediately when somebody books. I got blocked last year for a month and I couldn't set up parties. So out of whiplash, I just now always set up everything right away. So I have the table link or the shopping link set up on my consultant's corner. And then when I flip a host, I just put an X at the end of mine. They grab the same shopping link. So I just put their shopping link on my table party. Works like a charm.
Wait, I'm confused.
Me too.
So she changes
in
the
Consultant's
name, she
Corner,
changes the link on her, the original
Yeah,
one. from
I
X
changed the link on mine. So it's Jackie Koning, whatever Jackie Koning is the end of my shopping link. So then when I flip the party and it goes to the host, I put an X on the end of my shopping link in my consultant's corner. They set up the party on their consultant's corner with their shopping link. And so then I just go in and I leave the shopping link the way it was because it's now theirs. And so I
So
run
you're
the
still
party.
running that table party, like you're setting up that table party in your Consultant's Corner. You're
Yep.
setting it up, and then you're controlling all the guests and messaging them. And then at some point, do you take them out of your database then, since now they're her customers?
I have only had a couple of times that I've had to do it so far because I'm
Okay.
just new
But
to
if
doing
they-
it.
If they're
But-
using that link, how is it
Because-
helping and going to the website of the new consultant?
It's going because it's her shopping link now. She creates the exact same shopping link that I had initially. So it no longer belongs to me and now belongs to her.
Without the X.
Right,
she changed it to the X so they could use the original one.
right. So
Ah.
I'm running I have it in my table, so I have control over that. And then but the sales are going to them.
I
Go ahead.
understand it correctly, and I understand you changing the link, it's almost like the table space is not tied to our website. It's like Pampered Chefs. And now that you plugged her link, all of a sudden, like it's hers now instead
I
of
didn't know
yours.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that either.
The tables, I mean, that table party still belongs to me, but the shopping link is hers. And so she's getting all the sales, but it's running through me.
And that's all that matters. That's why I feel like, yeah, it's just the link.
Yep.
Uh,
It was almost kind of like what they were talking about when we were at Aspire with something about table. It was like we were talking about that, like how, okay, so that kind of makes sense then.
Yeah, because some people were saying you couldn't do it, and I'm like, I do it. I've done it more than once, and it works.
So you just have to change it and then, okay, she uses the old one.
Yep.
I like it.
You that has to update
So,
it. not them.
Jackie, do you set up the table party? Because like what I did yesterday, this girl was a past consultant, but so I did a Zoom with her and I shared my screen and showed her on my screen how to set up tables. She was familiar with Consultants Corner, so she's not the typical, but then she set it up on her end and she did the content. So like she now knows how to set up a table party, but if it was a brand new person who was not familiar, that would not have worked. So
No,
you set up the table and
that's
she doesn't
exact-
know what you're doing. So then she has to still learn how to set up a party on her own and do the table training.
I would still walk them through how to do which is what I'm going to do with our team tonight, where I'm doing a training on setting up a table party. Because they're all new to it. So I'm going to do that. But yeah, I would walk them through it, still setting it up. But for their first one, I would do it, run it just like I do a Facebook party, because you
Okay.
don't have control over what they're doing and they don't have a clue what they're doing yet.
Gracie,
Exactly.
I did exactly what you're saying though, and I screen share and I wanted her to see how simple it is to set this up.
Yeah.
Um, so, I mean, by right, we can do that if we have it set up first. Well, no, we can teach her that for like her second party. Hopefully she has more than one, than launch, so that the screen share thing helps. But I did exactly what you're saying the other night. I screen shared and she set it up really quick. But yeah, that's why I said I don't have control. So we can combine the two. I think it's a good idea.
I would agree with what Kelly said earlier, though. I think it was Kelly that Cindy, you said you were very confused by Project Broadcast. I was as well, and I went a long time without using it, and then I got Connection Point. I use Connection Point all the time for my host coaching, guest coaching, everything. I don't run anything like that through Project Broadcast. I mean, it obviously uses Project Broadcast to send the messages out. Hands down, Connection Point is so much easier to understand. It's much more logical. And did you all see that you can now import a campaign from Project Broadcast into Connection Point?
Yeah, I did see that the other day.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
see,
when I was on
like now I'm
Together,
gonna
did
feel
you
like
see
I'm
that?
so behind. But I'll get there. I'll get there.
You will love it. It is such a time saver. Thank yous, everything run through there. I save so much time. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm
Jackie.
excited. I'm excited. I just have not had anybody like really either willing or able, because I had the deal with my email address that was kind of a
Right.
pain in the butt, but
I'm behind too. So if anybody wants to, if you want to learn it together, let me know.
And Kelly, I don't know if it's changed, but when I first did it, I had to make like a fake Pampered Chef Gmail account, but it was like step-by-step instructions in the training on how to make that Gmail and forward that to my Yahoo.
I
So
had a Gmail, but so it was just like but I had used that Gmail for orders. So then it was
So
linked
you had a different
me,
issue going on.
and I
Okay.
had to, yeah, I already, because I wanted to use one Gmail that I was already using, so I wasn't checking 15 different emails every day.
So I
And
never
yeah.
checked that one though, because it forwards to my Yahoo. So I don't even know how to log into that. It's
And that's what I
Pampered Chef
need.
Gracie, and I just had it forward. I set it up all through Connection Point. Like they had step-by-step instructions on how to do it. And I just did it and I totally forgot it was even in place until we were talking about it the other day. So
And that's what I'm gonna do, is have it
might be
then forward, so then I don't
to do
have
that.
to, but that's where we're at, but it was like a little bit wonky with my Yahoo, so. But
So
they've
you
been very easy to work with, like they've been texting me back and forth, so you were definitely right about that, Kathy. They're awesome with like getting back to you and stuff, so. So yeah, I just have had kind of a busy week too. So we'll get it worked on next week. I'm not doing table quite yet anyway. I mean, I've done table, but I'm like, I'm gonna do like a little step at a time. But now I'm like, oh no, Hannah's gonna join and she wants to start right on table. So I'm like, well, I guess we're just gonna learn together, guys. So
It's, to me, it's the simplest way to train somebody, because when they see that they can run multiple parties up to 20, I said, if you know, there's people I met that are doing 20 parties a week. And when they do work full time or whatever, I'm like, this is how in 1 minute you can set up a party and it will run on
oh my
all of,
gosh.
like, it's a no-brainer. And the
That's why I
information there is
yeah.
so good.
I want to love it. So, you know, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I want to love it because I know that it's going to be so much simpler. So I'm getting there, and we had some issues again with some Facebook stuff last week. And I'm just like, I'm so freaking over this. I'm so
I
over it.
just did a shared rewards party and only posted like on my VIP group about it. And then the link and everything was on table. And I don't even care to, you know, I don't even do chit chat as much as I should. Like sometimes it's once a day, but sometimes it's not. And that's where I would put thank yous even too sometimes. And so I have a fundraiser going for a school right now too. And that's all I gave her was I mailed her some catalogs to put in the teacher's lounge and things. She blasted it over their school email and things like that, but it's only table. And I have 30 some odd people that joined it so far. And the school's
that's
small, it's only 100 kids. So I'm loving table. Like
Mm.
I have a little tip for you guys. I don't know if you're interested in getting any more sales this month.
No, I don't want any more.
Hey, that's what I figured.
I've had enough.
So a friend of mine, my computer, my cat chewed my wire, so it goes on and off of charging. A friend of mine has, like, you know how a lot of teams do these mega parties, like, but it's not really for sales. They say, oh, you'll get recipes and there's lots of prizes, you know, those things,
Yeah,
right?
like Winterfest
So they
and
just
stuff like
they
that.
just did one of those, and so she started her shared rewards with that and got to the 25% off. And my shared rewards was just regular, and I went through and I messaged 238 people. I went through my contacts of who ordered stoneware in the past, and just personally, that's all I did. Like it took me a couple days to get through them all. I personally messaged each one of them that I know you're a stoneware lover. I just wanted you to know, blah, 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 that kind of stuff about my sale, and then I was doing an additional discount. And so it was good. And my friend started with that other one. So hers got to 25% off. And then the other night, she did this live event. Mine is coming up Monday, and I'm calling it Monday Madness. Hers was a power hour shopping, is what she called hers. And it's a friend of hers in another team that came up with this idea. How many people have seen on Facebook like the jewelry, the paparazzi and stuff, and they go live for like an hour and they sell specific things, right? There's clothing people that do that too. And it's just, you know, they feature certain products.
Yeah.
So she said, how can we do that with Pampered Chef? So she came up with this idea. I do live sales from my stash a lot because a lot of my customers are still in Vermont. And so I'll just go live for like an hour and show them what I have, you know, and tell them the sale price. And then I have to mail it or they come pick it up type thing. That's been done a lot. But so she sort of did it like that. But with the 25% off stuff that's on sale right now. So I just opened another shared rewards yesterday. It's going to run for 8 days. I'm doing a pre-order thing right now till Sunday. So I'm reaching back to everybody that didn't order on my last one, that was invited or joined the table party, and just saying, if you missed out, here's another chance for my huge sale. This is the last one, you know, this month. So it's 25% off plus a special discount code that I have for my VIPs. And so I'm trying to get it back to 25% right now before Monday's live. If not, I'm just going to say there's an additional VIP discount, and hope that it gets there, whatever it's going to be. But anyway, so they have to pre-order. I mean, they have to pre-register. So I have a Google form, and there's a clothing company that's local here too, and they go live a few times a week, and that's what they do. You have a pre-registration form. So that way I have their name, their address, their email, their phone number, how they prefer their payment to be, and how would they like to be contacted the most, you know, the best. It's very basic, and I'm going to make it easy for them to shop by filling out their cart for them. So I even do the shopping. They just tell me what they want. I put their cart together and I send them the invoice or the total amount of what it is. And they have to pay within 48 hours. Okay, the whole thing is just 48 hours long. So it's that urgency that she created. So she went live for 1 hour and she had about 15 stones. Now, I have one team member that said, I have about 5 or 6. I said, fine, you don't have to show 15 stones. But she picked out like her favorites and she told the benefits of them. She said, this is not a cooking event, but I will give you big details about how to use these, cleaning, all that kind of stuff. So they're tips. And then she also picked some of the things like the pizza cutter and the little spatula, the other things that are 25% off too. And then at the very end, she had 3 items from the outlet. And she said, these, I can't guarantee these are going to be available, but I'm going to put them in your cart as soon as we're done with this and hope that they are. And the discounts were amazing. So she had at least 25% off already on those things, if not more on the outlet, told what the regular price is, told what the discount would be right now with her special discount. And she said, all you have to do is comment sold. She was live on her VIP group only. Comment sold. She goes, it's not like my other sales where I only have 1 of them. These are mine. They're going to come brand new from the company. I can sell you 90 of them if you want. And people are like, sold 3 of these, sold this, sold that. And I'm like, holy cow. So I asked her what her outcome was. And her shared reward started at $1,400 in sales before this started. By that night, and she's still getting more because it wraps up today, $3,600 in the 1 hour.
Wow.
Just because it's the urgency of it's not like saying everything is on sale or here's a catalog link. She just showed specific things, and that's the things the people bought. Like the deep covered baker. I mean, the rock crock that was on sale in the outlet, things like that. The scoop loop. She said, they're $3 right now with my discount, buy a bunch of them. And it was just like, oh, it was a no-brainer. So we're thinking to do this maybe every month if there's some good sales going. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be curious to see what they do for November.
Me
'Cause,
too.
last year they did that one sale that was for the whole month, but then they did like the Black Friday for the free shipping.
Yeah.
at 99, I think it was. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I wish that they would do just a smidge more for.
So the day after her sale, which was yesterday, she posted a bunch of older videos of her cooking with a lot of the stone pieces and things that she talked about. So that's what yesterday was. So that's pretty cool. And then what was she doing? Oh, and then she said today she was just gonna, the last day, she was just gonna touch on like the holiday stuff. So those aren't already 25% off, but they're still gonna be 25% off with her discount. So, and I liked how she said like a VIP discount code. So they have to go through her. They have to pre-register first. And even as she was on live, she found out a way to put the little link to I didn't know you can do this. Before you hit go live, there's 3 buttons and there was a way to add the link to the Google form. So she says, make sure you pre-register before shopping any further here. So I have your info and I could put it right in your cart for you. She just made the whole thing simple for them.
When you say a VIP code, what are you like, what is that?
That's the extra discount for shared rewards.
Okay.
But it's just coming from me. So that's why I'm saying I'm going to do your cart for you and add that special VIP code.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, there's people that can't figure out how to order for some reason, or they take the link and they order on a different I mean, how many times does it happen? So this is like no brainer. Just tell me what you want. I'll build your cart for you and I'll invoice you at the end and you pay within 48 hours. And it's like they ordered everything that she showed. Like it was crazy. I was looking at the comments. I was like, oh my God. So it's that
Just did it
urgency.
Facebook Live then, right?
Facebook Live for 1 hour on her VIP only. And she also posted it she made a special chat from her VIP and talked about it in there. Not a lot, like, just that it's happening tonight at whatever time. And then a couple of people asked questions in there as well. And then they just kept ordering and ordering. If you
You have
go
to
on
have a
Facebook and you see somebody showing a mascara and it really looks like it works, you're going to go and you're going to hit that shop button. Like that's how it is. So that's how this was, just these certain products. But obviously she said too, you can order anything else you want in the catalog, but these are what she was featuring.
But it's from a shared rewards link.
Yeah, but she's not giving the link out at all. She just gave the pre-registration Google form out that they had to fill that out first. So she's ready to make their cart for them. She said she worked for a good hour and a half to make the carts up for everybody. But it's totally worth it. And then she just sent them the total of what it was and they paid, and it's closing today. So if you say the 48 hours, so my shared rewards was starting yesterday and it's going to be Monday night that I'm doing the thing. And then Wednesday it's going to close.
So do you have a Google form, you said, or can you share that with us?
Sure. It's just a basic, again, everything you would need to fill out their cart, their name, address, email, phone number. How would you like to pay? It's credit card, Venmo, you know, whatever. And then what's the best way to contact you? And then I just thank them at the end, although I added an extra thing than hers. And I said, are you interested? Tell me more, you know, about having a party or trying out the business myself. I put that in there too. But yeah, I'll share that.
Thank you.
I'll even share my picture of what I made. That I haven't advertised it yet because I'm trying to get the pre-sales right now until Sunday night, so I can hopefully get it to 25% off, so I can say that at the thing. If not, I'm just going to say an extra VIP discount until it gets there. I don't like the whole, we're at 12%, we're at 15%. You know, I didn't even do that with my last. I knew we'd get to 25% on my last one, so I didn't do it. I was kind of praying, but it worked. But yeah, so just a little heads up. I think it's that urgency of here's what I have, you know, how many do you want? Think of presents right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it was
love the
serious-
idea of this. I'm sorry. I was going to say, I love this. Thank you for sharing. Because you know what? Sometimes it's just like that little bit of marketing of like how we, you know, how we say it, or like the VIP code. I totally agree with the urgency. My people, I guess, like do love a sale, or like, you know, if I post, I can do it like a live video like that for like my in-stock stash. I've done that many times, and it's always good because again, it is that like, oh, I better grab it before somebody else does. And then, and even if I just post graphics of things, you know, I've done it both ways where I'm not live, but I'm just like scheduling posts, and still, you know, they start claiming and grabbing. And I will say, whenever I do, like, as you mentioned, Cindy, also like a stock sale, you know, whenever I do a sale of like actual stuff that I have, right? So let's say there's like 20 items, and like, okay, here's the one, here's what I have in stock and it's for sale. I always tell my people to like keep commenting and keep claiming, because most likely I can get you, you know, even if someone grabs it, I can get you one at that same or very similar price. And then I always open a shared rewards. So like I know that like with the 10% discount plus the 25, you know, like the 10% pass, like it kind of amounts to like 33-ish. So like, you know, I can kind of tweak the price a little. So like, let's say I happen to say, okay, this item's $15. And then maybe on the shared rewards, it brings it to 17. Like I'll just adjust and pay the $2, you know, or whatever it is. But I've done very well with that, because not only did I just sell the stuff that I actually have, so like I have that to do whatever I want with that, like money, that cash, if I'm, you know, investing in my business, or if I'm using it for, you know, my mortgage or whatever. but then I also can open that shared rewards and have that also going in as like a whole separate, but not really separate thing, you know.
I never thought about doing that. That's great.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, people will keep claiming, and it's funny because even like the next day, like I'll kind of be done and like making everybody's list, like you were saying, like that part does take for me a little bit of time to make everybody's list, but then you know, at that point it's it's so good because people are still sometimes claiming, and I'm like, oh, let me add that to your, you know, your cart, your list. So
Yeah.
yeah,
She also
really
told them in the beginning of the video, make sure you're, even if it's something I show that you already have, please keep commenting and tell us what you use it for and all of that, because it is going to help the algorithm. She was open and honest. You know, more people are going to see this sale, invite your friends to it. That was in the pre-thing to invite your friends to it. But it's just a 1 hour thing. You know, you're going to find all these great deals. And it was just so hyped up. And she didn't really hype it till that morning, which she's not like that. She's a planner and she will do things like days before, but that sort of, and it worked. It like totally worked. So if we get some good sales every month, why not try something? Even if it's just the cinnamon plus and holiday stuff, even if we reiterate it next month, something, if something else is on sale, but those aren't on sale, but they're just available. But hopefully there will be good sales.
Mhm.
So,
No, I'm
I mean,
hoping
if nothing else, it's got to bring in some extra sales. And if we have team members too, that's what I was thinking, that are like barely doing anything, if they just try it.
Mhm. Yeah, I have, well, the same consultant that I'm talking about, she was over $1,300 for her launch party. Well, now of course she wants the pan. So she needs another, like she's like 195 or something. So I'm like, we're gonna have to do something like that where we do like a flash sale,
Flash sale.
or even like how many, these dang mitten tongs are so stinking cute. Like how many of these can, everybody should have a pair of them for Christmas and see how
Yeah.
many she can sell. You know what I mean? And
That's probably the one product that I am going to bring in as far as on this thing too, even though it's not on sale, because they are just so cute, and
they're
12
so
bucks.
cute and
They're
they're
like,
cheap. They're not, yeah, $12. So they're not
yeah,
expensive. So
maybe
yeah.
the cinnamon and cinnamon plus too, because those are 10.
Hmm.
I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do those, but we'll see. It might just be the last day, like she's bringing it into. I don't know, but I have to see. Oh, and here's a little tip if you decide to do it, because after I watched hers, I learned what not to do. And we were laughing, we were discussing about it. She had her list of the 25% off stone pieces, and she crossed off all the ones that she wasn't showing and had the ones left and highlighted that she was going to show. And to be honest, when you're talking and blah blah blah, and then you look down at your sheet, she was giving the item number as well. So I want you to, in the comments, put sold item number 100,639, 100,639, which I don't know if I'm going to do the item number or not. There's pros and cons to it. But just comment sold to that. And then she would say, and it's regularly, and she lost her place looking at the sheet, even though that's what was there. And then, but on the last 3 items from the outlet, she had sticky notes on them. And I'm like, why didn't you just do sticky notes on every single piece instead of the sheet? She goes, yeah, I thought of that after. So I'm not using because to go back and forth, you're totally discombobulated.
Yeah.
So just have a little sticky note on each one. What's the original price? Here's the 25% off. And with my VIP discount tonight, right now, you can get it for blah, 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 blah. And then maybe even if you wanted some bullet points for new people, especially like how they used it or what they've cooked in it, or, just to jar your memory. But sticky notes work all the way. Forget the sheet.
Does anybody ever make their own order to get it to 25?
I did it to 15% right now
Yeah.
because
That's what
I want to at least start it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've never done it where I've done right to 25. I usually
Either.
like $200, $300 order in there.
I'm at
But
a 600 right now to make it 15%.
yeah, and then I can just delete. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that. As long as you aren't running over a time where you can't go in and adjust, because then I've told them it's 25. So I just cover the difference if I don't make it
Mm.
25.
I will say, I know we're not supposed to, but I do front load mine because I just don't have time for that. So,
Oh, well, I
so
think most consultants do that.
Yeah.
yeah. And I agree, Jackie. I've done that too. There was like one time where I don't know, I must have just been doing, 100 things all at the same time. And I was like, oh, let me just post a 25, and like I just didn't promote it properly myself. And so it did not reach on its own, which like my I don't want to say always, that sounds so cocky, but like they always do,
Right.
but when I market them correctly, but I didn't work it. And so I agree. I just went in, I had like 3 orders or something, and I just went in and I gifted them like what would have been the 25%, and they were happy and I was happy, and submit it and be done. So
I'll be
So
honest,
what-
I don't do much in the way of shared rewards anymore. I opt for a mystery host periodically through the year, and I usually end up with at least 2,000 in sales for my mystery host. I don't need to get more stuff to put in my basement, so I
Me
just
too.
keep a link going all the time, and then I'll switch it to a mystery host and then give it away. And I'm not doing the lesser commission either.
So
I agree on that totally, and I think we all do those, but she even asked on her page, like a couple days before, who would be more interested in a shared rewards party where everybody gets a discount or a mystery host? Everybody except one customer said the shared rewards. So that's pretty cool, because if you have one shot in how many, for the mystery host, where this way, at least everybody. So I think to balance them out and not always do shared rewards, I tell my team that, because then your customers are going to expect it all the time.
Yeah. I only do them like 4 times a year, like the
Yeah,
big
I don't do them
reward.
often.
And I don't usually, most of the time I load a order, but I usually end up taking almost everything out, and it's usually like spices that I need, or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I usually don't, it gets to the point and then I can just pull it out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think so it doesn't, but I know what you mean. Like, you're not getting quite as much commission and stuff like that. But I feel like that discount is what's appealing to people, because I think there's so many people out there that always get worried that they're going to get asked to do a party, or they're going to, you know what I mean? And they just want a discount. They just want a quick and easy discount and be on their way. It's
Yeah. And to stack them with the sale that's going is like a no-brainer.
so awesome when those happen. I love
Yeah.
that. Yep.
So
I've
just
never
thought I'd
done a
share.
shared reward, so it makes me nervous to try to figure it out.
There's nothing to figure out really. It just,
Just
as
do it.
as the sales come in, every $100, the discount grows. So like it's 2%, 5%, 7%, 12%, whatever it is. And once it reaches $1,000 in sales, it reaches 25%, and it automatically changes everybody's orders as it goes.
Mhm.
So
I've
the only thing you have
never-
to
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, hon.
the only thing you have to like keep your customers noted about, which I say is, like, if somebody ordered $90 worth to get the free gift, as that discount grows, I let them know that they're going to lose that free gift unless we add more, because it's automatically taking the discount off. So usually on the last day, I message those people that it happens to and say, well, guess what? The good news is it got the 25% off. But you're this far away from getting that free gift. Would you like to add something else onto it? 99% of the times they say yes. But I just let them know as a courtesy thing, because otherwise they're going to be like, how come I didn't get that gift?
I always pick my ending date of a shared rewards party on a night that I don't have a lot going on. Like, because I might have to be messaging with people. And if they order early and we haven't, fortunately, the last two I've done, I've hit the 25% off in 2 days. So then it was like not a big deal, because like I had those people taken care of. But if you're getting to 25% off on the last day or the day before it closes, you need to have that time available to be able to connect with people and kind of let them know once they place their order, hey, once we reach, a higher discount, I may have to chat with you about, like what Cindy said, like that. So that's the biggest thing, is just making sure that I think, at least for me, pick a night that you're not super busy and you've got to kind of play with things until midnight that night.
I even had one lady that ordered twice, once for her daughter. She didn't realize she can have stuff shipped right to her. Oh, why didn't I think of that? So she placed a second order for that. But hers was, she wanted the free shipping and it went below, and she added more to even that to keep the free shipping. Because why not? I'm the same way. If I can get the product for $8, why pay the shipping, $7.95 or something. So yeah, just reach out to them. But shared rewards is awesome. But people love it.
Yeah. I have to say though, I've never had anybody want to host one. I don't know
I don't
about,
even ask, to be honest.
no, neither do I, but one of the girls on my team, she gets people to host them all the time. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm not saying something right, but maybe I don't even really offer it either though.
I don't. Well,
Yeah,
like
I don't have to either.
like Jackie was saying too, it's also less commission for us too, and you're doing the same amount of work, if not
Right.
more sometimes. So why? I mean, the perk of having a party is to get free stuff. So yeah.
The last two that I've done, I've pretty much just like, I've had a focus too. I run the actual party in my VIP group, but then I use my project broadcast and I use my customer connection email. I will say that a lot of the orders I get are from project broadcast on my customer connection emails.
I use the
From
CCE
those.
as well. And I only got like maybe like 4 the other day from it, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people like out of the woodwork that you know,
Right.
they're not in your VIP page. But what I did one in July, and I focused just on that sale that we had those first like whatever 10 days or 15 days of July. That's all I talked about. Like was just those sale items. And I had like a $5,000 party. It was
Well,
crazy.
that's what made me go into the contacts and just do the search for everyone that ordered stoneware in the past. And seriously, I got people out of the woodworks too that I don't even know who they were. Like I looked back, I'm like, how do I know these people when I was messaging them? And I started out with some Facebook messages, but then obviously they're not all Facebook friends. And so I switched after about 10 of them and did all the rest as a text message. And I think that really helped too. There's obviously a lot of people that didn't respond. I ended with a question like we're taught to do. I didn't give them the link right away. I just said, you know, I told them about what's going on and I said, would you like the link to shop? And that way, when they responded, that's when I gave them the shared rewards link, the table link, whatever it was.
Cindy, I can ask you a quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You when you did that, this is probably like so basic, but when you searched, you had to put in like the item number of each stone, correct?
Yeah, so I don't know if I did all of them, but I did quite a bit of them. So like if there was probably more than 238, I would assume after 24 years, but that was a lot of people to me. That was a lot of people. And I just went down the list and I kept a note in here, like 44th anniversary shared rewards. Everybody that said yes, send me the link, that responded is what I was writing here. And I put like if I texted them or what, and that way I can go back and see who didn't order. And those are the ones I'm reaching out to now first, again, about this next one, like if you missed it, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do from there to get some more. But yeah.
That was great. I love that. And if I could just say, Melissa, because you were asking about the shared rewards, like really the way that Cindy describes it is the way it's supposed to be. Like that's how Pampered Chef wants us to market it, as like a discount that grows. Like the more orders that come in, the higher the discount that everyone shares, right? That everyone gets. However, like I mentioned, like sometimes I will do it the wrong way. And so I'll just say, hey, everybody, like, you know, yay, I have the opportunity to, you know, pass along a discount to you. I love being able to share a discount when I can, so that they know it's not something I can do all the time, even though we can, but we don't, you know. And so then I will just say, hey, like, here's this 25% off. And so like, I'll go in, add my husband as a guest, dump a whole bunch of stuff in, you know, the cart, random stuff. And then as the orders come in, then I can start deleting from that cart. But when they go in, what that like dummy order does is it like activates and they see the 25% because the system thinks that or, you know, it is, I guess, up to that 25%, and then I can just back it out.
But that's
So
where you have to pray though, because if you're really hoping like, oh God, I hope it gets to the 1,000 or I'm out a lot, you know, you have to.
well, and that's like what Jackie was saying before. So like the one time, like I know when I open one, I'm going to market it. I'm going to message, I'm going to, you know, like, so I'm confident in that I can do it. But like that one time where I just, you know, dropped the ball on it, I just went into those 3 people. And because I had guaranteed that 25%, like let's say they should have saved $15 and now they're only saving 10, I just consultant gifted that difference. So like they had no idea that it didn't reach what it needed to reach. And, you know, I just put it in.
So
And
my last one that I just did, I was able to say 25 to 50% off everything. And the 25% off was automatically because of those stoneware pieces and the other things. And the rest was when it hit 25% off. Plus I was like 10% discount for your past host discount. And also, what else was there? So, oh, the outlet stuff. So I'm like, you're saving a buttload with the outlet stuff too. So it was a cool way to put it instead of just 25% off. So that really grabbed them. And I don't know if you guys are friends with Claudia Bazaar and people that are on her team. But I don't know if it started with her, but I've seen some others trickle down from it. The other day they were talking about joining, and instead of saying 44% off the kits, they're saying almost 80% off. And that really hit home. And that's how I've been marketing it lately. Because when you think about it, I'd say it's off retail. They didn't say that, but it really is. So when you show $900 worth of products for 140, it's like, holy cow. So I just, like you were saying too, Heather, like a tweak of saying things. I mean, if you're going to see 80% off as opposed to 44% off, that might get more people.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
switched in the past week, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love that. Because honestly, I mean, it is. I always say, and even when I'm having conversations with people about joining or whatever, I do say to them literally out loud, like, I don't know how Pampered Chef offers this. Look at this value. Like, how did, like, they're obviously losing money on this, but they're investing in our consultants, you know? And so it is true. I like that difference. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so it's just a tweak.
Thank you. I don't have a recruit this month yet.
Ugh.
Yet.
Yet.
You're getting them today.
Oh
Coming
my,
today.
oh my
I don't
God.
either, but I'm working on two. So
And that's, you know, that's where I am with shared rewards. I don't have enough, I don't think I have enough people that are going to shop to make sure I hit that
So
1,000.
this
I
last
do need
party-
3 plates.
this last party that I did, only when you think that there was 38 people in the table party and I messaged 200 and some odd people, right? I only had 11 orders. The 12th one was one of mine for my daughter. She needed a new garlic press. 11 orders made it $1,400. So
Okay.
when you say you don't have enough people, I bet you do.
Right.
Okay.
For
But I
sure.
would suggest you might want to like market it the real way, the correct way then, because it'll be good for your anxiety, right? And just to really do it the proper way, to say to everybody, like I would announce it ahead of time, like really hype it up ahead of time to say, guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You know, I'm going to be able to offer you all a discount. It's coming. I'm posting on Tuesday. We're, you know, and then that way they know, hey, here's what it is. I'm presenting it, you know, the more orders we get on this. And if it were me, I would probably also inbox people who I know love Pampered Chef or love a deal, or, you know, like my VIP, like my true VIPs, and say, hey, listen, I'm going to be posting this thing. Every order that comes in is going to get a discount. The more we get, the more the discount everybody gets. Would you like info? Would you like to see? Would you like, you know, the link or whatever? And that way it'll like entice them a little bit. Because if someone, like if my random Scentsy girl like messaged me and was like, oh, I'm going to have this special thing for a discount, I'd be interested, even though I need nothing. Like, I'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds fun, you know? So I always think of myself like, what would get me? And that's what I try to, you know, offer
That's
to
what I
people.
tell my team too. Like when they post things on Facebook, and it's usually there's certain people that no matter what I say, they only post the Pampered Chef stock photos or videos. And I'm like, what makes you stop when you're scrolling? Right?
Yeah.
It's the personal whatever, you know, or something catches your eye. Or like a lot of people say, don't just start your videos with, hi, I'm Cindy and da 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 da, because you lost them with 3 seconds gone. You have to like hook them with something that they're going to care about right in the beginning to make them stop and listen. So you know, like whether it's a question of, if you're a stay-at-home mom, do you need to know, you know, how to get a meal on the table really quick, you know, or something that's going to hook them. So
Yeah.
so who
By
loves
the way,
to shop with 25% off if I gave you a coupon right now? Hey, I might use that one. Okay.
that was good. I like that. I was just gonna say too, when I don't know if any of you have a wonderful like my husband is my PC partner, sous chef, everything, you know. So he's really very helpful to me with my business. Anything I'm like, you know, can you help me with this? I have an event. Will you come with me? He's like, yes. But when I do like my live sales where I'm going, oh, people are calling me, so sorry. Where I do like a live sale, he's wonderful in that he will actually like man the comments. So like I'll be on camera like showing all the stuff and talking about it and, you know, oh, hi Suzanne, you know, like that kind of thing. And then he's behind the scenes with my list of products, and writing down feverishly like as people are commenting and claiming stuff. And then, you know, he knows to go like, you know, keep writing people's names even if they're still claiming, you know, so that I can open that shared rewards. But I will say it's so helpful and such a time saver, because even though I have to go through the list after, like I end the event exhausted and like, oh, and I already have my list. Like I'll go back the next day just to like check if anybody added comments. But like, I know that I already have my list of like who claimed what. So it is such a time saver. So like, my upline her daughter will do it with, with her, so like she can be on camera and then her daughter does it. So if you have like a helper, or someone you can bribe, it is very helpful to have that partner there.
Another tip that my friend did when she went live the other day is she did have her computer set up and she was using her phone to go live. So she can see the comments more that way too. So that's just another little helper, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Melissa, one thing I was going to say too is that there is a really great video in Marketing Imagery explaining shared rewards. And so whenever I'm doing one, I always post that video like in my VIP page, like just kind of as a little, it's got like this cute, like little balloons and it's cute. I don't know. It just kind of explains it. And it also like a really good way to share the words with people is like, it's like giving them a friends and family discount.
And there's also pictures in Marketing Imagery too of each level. So when they reach 12%, 15%, whatever, you can post that. Like, hey, we made it to the next level, or we're $200 away from, whatever. Everybody getting 25% off or whatever it is.
I
There's
changed
pictures.
my banner every time it would hit a new level on I actually did. It actually was kind of cute because we had those stoneware, here, I was going to say, if I can find it here, we had we had the heart-shaped stones at, Aspire that we could, I'm trying to get to, where's my stinking thing? I can't, my bar's in the way. So I did like a cute, now I can't find it here. Where's my pictures? Let me just go in here and see if I can see it. But like I did like a cute thing with, where I would change, let me see. I had the stone picture, but I like changed it to the,
That's cute.
yeah.
That's very cute.
So it was catching, it was eye-catching to them. So like, oh, because I think I get more sales as the discount rises.
Yes, people
Like-
always wait till the end.
Right, they wait. So like that's where it was like, it was awesome because the last 2 times I did it, it was like I reached it in 2 days, and I always open it for the full 7 or whatever it is, 8 days, 7 days. But that just like being able to show that, so then you can, and it's like the excitement, oh my gosh, we just reached the, 15% level, you guys are rocking it, blah, 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 just doing that, like just the hype of it is exciting. But I think showing, I don't know, I feel like that showing that video kind of helps too, because people don't get it like at first either. You know what I mean? They're like, what? How are you, it's like, because I'm like, invite your friends, da 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 da, do this. And I don't know. It's like saying it as a front, like it's like giving your family, your friends and family, like a friends and family discount. So
No, y'all are giving me more. I've just got to be brave enough or confident enough to think, okay, I can do this. That is my biggest enemy, is me. So
I mean,
So
when you think about it, the company is paying for that discount. It's not even coming out of you're making a little bit less in commission, but it's totally worth doing.
yeah.
yes.
And listen, you
Oh.
have us here in this group, right? So when you do this and then you're like, all right, girls, like, okay, here's where we are. What should I do? Like, we're going to be like, oh, here's what you should do. And you're going to be like, okay,
Yeah.
so like, don't worry about it. We look, they said fast and messy, right? Like it's all going to be good. Like just jump in and figure kind of out as you go along. And again, like we're here. So ask us, you can definitely do it. It's a really fun thing to do. I will say the other thing that that I do, I do check up on the customers again, just in case like they like before it ends, even if we were at the 25 and so they're not dropping below or anything, I will just say, hey, listen, I just want to remind you that this is submitting Tuesday. What are you set with your order? Did you want to make any changes? Because sometimes they will say, oh, actually I need to add a pizza cutter, or actually I need a Greek seasoning, whatever.
Yeah.
So I do check in with them, and I do like through Connection Point, when they do order, I go in there and I just edit and say like, oh, thank you so much for ordering on our discount party. Your order will submit and your payment will process on Tuesday, because again, different than our direct ship. So I want them to know, hey, like you didn't get charged yet. Your payment will process on this day, just so they know. And I've only had one issue ever, and it was like just an oversight on her part, and she fixed it very quickly, so it was good.
Melissa, if you're gonna dive in, I really suggest now with the 25% off already on the stoneware and things, why not? Because that's like double bonus wham. Yep, good.
Well, see, and yesterday was my 2-year anniversary, so I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe that's
Yes. Just
We
do it.
share an
Just do it.
anniversary. Yesterday was 11 years for me. So congratulations. Happy
cool.
chef-iversary to you.
Happy
That's
chef
nice.
anniversary.
Yeah, I always do one in April, and it's because it's my birthday month, and so I always do it as like Kelly's, shared rewards birthday bash.
Yep.
Do it like that. So there's,
So you have double excuse to do it right now.
yep.
Okay, and
So
how
really, you can't say no.
I can't.
They
Okay, the
can't go
length of
more than 8
time-
days.
That's what I was going to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other big thing we kind of said it is that you have to like remember, like I always say, it auto submits. Like I don't have control over it. It's going to submit, and so this is your chance.
At midnight.
It's
Okay.
it's the urgency thing again.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Melissa, if I were
had a couple
you,
people message me. I'm like, it auto submitted. I'm sorry. I will do it again in December.
Yeah.
So.
yeah. Melissa, I would say because of Halloween, I mean, this is, kind of
Yeah.
what we do anyway, but I would end it even if the 8-day, because I can't count, but whatever, even if it's supposed to go on like the 31st, I would not, I would tell them it is ending on the 30th and I would just
Mine
submit it
is.
myself.
And that's why,
As
yeah,
well.
because there's no way people are going to be around to really be shopping. Yeah.
Okay. Because I think 8 is Halloween. So
Yeah.
If you start it today.
By 4 to
Yeah,
5.
I would end it
9,
Wednesday.
30,
if it were
31.
me.
Yep. So
okay. Thank you.
do it.
I
Just
will-
do
I
it.
will- I'll try it. I'll be
I'm
brave.
excited for you. It's going to be great.
Melissa, do you ever go live? Do you want to try the live thing along with it?
Ah,
Do it.
I've just now gotten to where I can go live a couple of times.
There you
So
go. Have your husband throw some confetti up for your anniversary or something, or
yeah,
that's
right.
their attention in the beginning.
Okay.
I have to hop off, guys. I'm so sorry, but thank you all
Oh,
so
thank
much
you.
again. This is such a great group. Such good tips. Thank you for sharing.
We're at the hour. I think we could stop. We had good stuff, right?
Oh, this was awesome.
Good.
Very
Sounds good.
encouraging.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.